Peace. Peace to the chosen family. I'm coming at y'all with a brand new video today. And I'm here like I never left, because I really never left, family. I'm just trying to inspire the world, and I'm trying to make a living off of something, because I'd rather be someone, and I'd rather disappear after I'm becoming what I am that I see. You know, family? So we're going to talk about, why the chosen ones essentially stand out, or we're going to talk about, why everybody, like I say, it seems like everybody's falling out of your life. Not that they are dying, but they're just, they switch, or they look at you like you are just somebody who doesn't even exist. Because I tell you all the time, family, you're a generational curse breaker. You may just not know it yet, but you stand out heavy, and people who are not of what you are, well, they're simply gonna get the fuck away from you. Not because it's not that they don't like you, they crave you, they love you. It's just they know they can't compete with you, or they know that they ain't, someone that can give you their full, just like how you're giving it your all. Most people in this world can't give you that shit, You might ask me why. The only thing I can tell you is because, you're a reflection. You're like a mirror, So what people don't like, they gotta get away from. So just imagine a mirror up to their faces, or let's just say you're everything they want to be, but since they are not what they see themselves to be, everything that they see that they want to be is already in you, and that's why they don't, or they can't exist around you, man, because you have a force field that's pushing their asses out the way. So to answer my question, no, because I tell you, for myself, who's a majestical being, who's someone who looks at himself like he is, not necessarily beautiful, but I am just of king status. I don't gotta say that I look good, but you already know that. If, you have confidence and you truly love yourself, man. But let's just say that everything's not physical, family. This is a spiritual world, or a spiritual realm we are living in. So that's why I say, family, it was never about how you looked. It was never about how you looked at all. It was about bettering your spirit, living with energy, and prospering what is needed to be. So that's why I say, family, if it was all about physicality and the physical being, you would be having every fucking woman in the world, and they would never leave your side, because they would never get bored of you. They would never feel agitated, or they'll never feel like damn, I know I can't compete with them, or I know that I don't own up to my expectations that might, feel settled with him. Because like it or not, when you rise, or when you become this king that you want to be, you don't tolerate nothing that is defamation to your character. And what that means is that you're not gonna let anything that people are doing necessarily make you feel disrespected in a way. You don't go for it, because those are games, and people who play games are on a low state of existence, or they can't comprehend the full, fruits of what life is, because they're not working on themselves, man. That shadow that they have, they're leaving it in the gravel, man. When that shadow's here to help you, to give you this awareness, to give you something to conquer. But most men in this world don't want to conquer nothing yet, because, they haven't even conquered themselves, So that's why I say, family, despite what people do or what they say, man, don't worry about it, man. Just be yourself, man. Stand, be a light, and rise on your own, because that's the only way you're going to impact the world, the globe. You can't impact or inspire nobody with just you standing as a quiet being. No, you would have to put the work in and know that I'm going to get somewhere. This is just the beginning of the results you may see. But I will be something, because, it was already written in the stars for what I am that I see, You just must put the work in every single day and never stop, I give these videos out because people love this. People love watching me, or the energy that I'm giving to the globe, yo. It's helping the ones that need it, Even for the women out there that are chosen, that maybe not be around many, because they see world from a microscopic lens of decay, and most people in this world are living, but not fully, because if you are living, well, then you're living by a thread, because that heart, that physical within your being is moving off of the third dimension. But to fully live, to fully love, and to fully understand what life is, yo, you would have to be vibrating on higher dimensions of, within. And that's all I can give you. I can't force nobody to go within and seek that power that's waiting for them to call on. But I can tell you right now, you can rise. You can be somebody. You can make an implant on the world as long as you are ready to propel, as long as you are ready to be something. You want to take off like a rocket. That's why, I'm giving these videos out, family, because I just want y'all to work on self, man. Once you work on self, well, you start working on the things that you got to do, that you came down here to fulfill, man, because that's what your purpose is leading you to, I always knew that I was going to be a YouTuber, y'all, because before I was a YouTuber, y'all, I would watch people who were YouTubers, and I'm not going to give out no names because they made it on their own. So I'm not trying to feel like, oh, I'm making a name for myself by trying to pull people out. No, there's countless people that I watched, It's just after watching them and studying them for so long, I realized that I must become my own boss. I must be my CEO, family? And you will never be a CEO, or you will never be somebody if you are just watching everybody else, because you're donating your energy to them. And you can't be doing that shit, family. You must be something for self. You must rise. And you must want to win, You must want to win. It has to be within you to win, because a winner is never going to give up. A true winner doesn't let nothing defy them, family. So, as I give you these videos, realize that it is important to seek self, man. Seek what you have within you, because that's where you get your power from, That's where you get the confidence to keep going. Never give up. Be somebody, You can be the first millionaire in your family as long as you get your ass up every day and you put the work in. But you will never get nowhere if you're just watching somebody, hoping to make it, man. It won't work like that. To make it is to not chase it, but, stay right here and just be, family, So, to answer your question, chosen one, that's why people look at you like, they don't want to fuck with you, because their spirit is not pure like yours. It's not something that has risen in frequency. They're stuck on these, solid densities, man. So they're operating from a lower realm of consciousness. And that's okay. Not everybody's meant to wake up in this lifetime, man. If you are chosen, well, just be happy that God chose you. Because you can't help the rest. Like a wolf leading the pack, you must lead the ones that are here to have an open mindset. Family, the ones that are here because they want to learn, because they're putting their ego to a side and willing to start something new, and that's what causes change, because you don't like living in that same bubble you've been in your whole fucking life, family. So, as I give you all these videos, man, I just hope that someone truly realizes how powerful they are just by watching me, because the energy that I'm giving y'all with this kind of intellect is what you have within you. As long as you stay on the journey, family, As long as you could go to a high streak and never look back. You must rise. You must do it with a bird's eye view, because you won't win, y'all, if you're just worrying about people, worrying about things, or worrying about how they look at you, If I gave a fuck about how others judge me, y'all, I wouldn't even be here today, because I'd feel down, I'd feel low, or I'd just pray that they see me like I see myself. But what gives me this confidence to make the video is my self-belief. Going into a meditational state for so long and realizing that I gotta win. You can only win it if you be somebody, family. And to be somebody is to stand for something and not let what others say define you, you know? That's how you win in this game, y'all. You win by putting the work in. Do it for God. And never stop, family. You know? But just think about that shit. Think about it deeply before I get deeper, you know, family? Just think about that, family. Alright, let's get deeper now, family. You know, as a chosen one, you know, you were born with this enigmatic light. So the light you will have is gonna pull people to you whether or not you want them. It's gonna pull them, you know? Because you're trying to heal them. They might not know that, but their soul's aching for that, you know? And that's why you're here, because you're living through the soul, not through the ego. The ego is only here to remind you and teach you things. But your power comes from your soul, the intellect you have, and just the power that you are given, man, because only you can be something, you know? It takes time, but it can most certainly be done, you know? I'm gonna win because I take action every day, and so will you if you can do the same, you know? Despite what others say, despite how they make you feel, no matter who left you, no matter who is laughing at you, well, they can't say it, they can't get to you, man, because they're not in front of your face, you know? And that's why God's making sure they ass will never get around you, because they're not for you, you know? That's why God removed them from your life, family. So just thank God that I won this in the game I'm playing. I won because I'm steadily doing what he told me to do. Never stop, son. Keep going, you know? Even when I was in school, you know, I was always somebody who paid attention. And that's what led me to be of what greatness is, because I never failed a grade. But I simply just moved around and just passed because I stayed to myself. I was humble, and I still am humble. You know, no matter how I give y'all the energy on these videos, y'all, if you see me in person, you know, I'm not even gonna talk. I'm as silent as the trees. Yeah, the wind that you might feel from that breeze is simply my presence, but I'm not gonna say nothing unless you know, want to tell me something or express yourself in a way, because I know that there's nothing for me to say. The only thing I came down here to do is move an action, speak my mind, and to be somebody, because I can't help y'all. I can only inspire y'all, family. And just think of that shit, family. You gotta win because God's counting on you, man. God's counting on your ass. It's just, you know, the obstacles you're putting you through, it might be too much for you right now, you know, family? And that's why I say, man, it's baby steps, you know? Take care of your energy one day at a time. Just one day at a time, you know? You might be asking me, how long have you been on a journey? You know, just straight on with it. Well, I can tell you, I don't stop because I don't look back. You know, the past was someone who taught me how to become and taught me what life is, because when I was at my lowest, family, I didn't have nothing, you know, and I didn't like that feeling. You know, you think you want to be someone who's broke all your life? You think you want to walk every single day? I mean, walking's not a bad thing. You know, I loved walking when I did walk because I knew that I was going to have it. But even when I was walking, y'all, I never felt like, oh, who gives a fuck what they say, you know? It's just that when you are walking, y'all, you wish you were in a nice, you know, car Beamer as well, because you don't like how you see others driving when you don't have shit, you know, family? And that's what motivated me to be something, because I wasn't gonna stand for something unless I knew that it was gonna get me somewhere, you know? And that's what I say, family. You must want it bad enough. You know, fuck what others say. As long as you stay on the mission, you gonna win always, man. But, you know, like they say, man, the world is yours. Scarface said that because, you know, in the beginning of the movie, y'all, he used to work jobs. He was somebody who was a dishwasher, you know. But over time, y'all, guess what? He started finding himself. He started getting money and realizing that there was more to life than just settling. You know, he wanted power, and power starts when you create something for yourself, man. Someone that can't be forgetted. You become remembered, yo, once you take action. You know, family? But I hope you realize that shit, family, before it's too late, you know? People are saying that in their 30s that they wish they took action when they was in their 20s because it eats their soul alive, knowing that they can't get that time back they wasted, you know? And that's why I'm here to fulfill mines, you know, because whenever I'm in those later days of myself, if I'm still here, well, I want to say that I took action. I did something in my younger days. I never lacked, and I never just gave up. I kept going, and I'm going to keep going because no one can stop me. Only you can stop yourself because that's how powerful you are, you know? So, just look at it like this, family. If you are sad, you know, or feeling just stuffy because you couldn't hold on to friendships or relationships, or you just feel like, damn, why does my own family, you know, reject me in a way also? Well, that's because you're the chosen one. You are Anakin Skywalker, man. You are Darth Vader. And no one can comprehend you because it's not that they can't comprehend what you are saying. Your vibration has left them behind. You know, you attuned to different hertz, so you're living through life simply differently because your energetic statement has made an engrave onto the realm. And if they're not vibrating on your frequency, they're simply not going to be able to be around you because the heat within your body is rising. So simply, you're too hot for them. Two, you know, you might be even become invisible to them because that's who you become once you have risen so high, family. Because you're no longer worried about the physical being. You're operating out of your spiritual body, you know? And that's what it truly means to live through spirit, family. So just think of that shit, man. That's deep. Damn, that's fucking deep, family. But, you know, it is what it is, though. I'm gonna give y'all this shit authentic, man, because God told me to do this. You know, my higher self is pushing this message out, whether I want to do it or not. And that's why I will never stop, family, because someone who hears this will change for the better. You know, you might be in a dark pit, but you can rise like a phoenix and fly over that shit with the ashes that you have left and that puddle, man. You know, it takes time, but most certainly it can be done, family. Just never give up on yourself. Never stop, you know. You can take a break, but always know and remember why you did that. Move with purpose, move with questioning, move with knowing that I'm the center of all because I am the center of the universe. You know, positive affirmation you should tell yourself is, I am the universe, and the universe is me, you know. I am love, light, and a peaceful being. I am the creator, and so you are. So you will only live what you are giving to the planet, man. You know, you must make sacrifices. You must sacrifice energy to gain, you know, empowerment. But that's up to y'all, family. Let's just say I have a beautiful girlfriend, or you have a beautiful girlfriend. Well, you want to make sure that she's going to live the best life she ever had with you, because she will never be able to forget you. She will never be able to let you go. She will never be able to say, oh shit, ain't nobody compared or in competition with mine, because he does do his part. He does live like a true man. He is truly heroic, someone that's noble, someone that's never gonna give up. And that's what inspires these ladies, man, because even if they have, dark spirits, well, then that's them, let them be. But there's a lot of queens out here, man, who just want to win, who just want to be, or just someone who doesn't want to settle for less, because when you are a king, y'all, you're not settling for less. You're looking for, you're not looking, but you're just simply existing. And when the highest of highest quality is shown to you, that's when you know when to take opportunity, because the signs will always be there, man. Signs are subtle, and everything that is subtle will happen in divine timing. You don't gotta rush nothing. Just live like you love you, because the one who is for you will show it, man. Will be there without saying a muscle, man, because energy is more than just words, y'all. Energy is felt, man. And that's why people love being around your fucking aura, man, or your presence, because they feel something that they can't comprehend, So just know this, family. As a chosen one, a lot of people won't fuck with you, man, because it's not that they don't want to fuck with you. The frequency you have is too much for them to handle, man. They're not willing to leave everything behind just to chill with you, because, like I said, most people in this world crave attention. They can't live without feedback, or they just love, feeding into things that serve no purpose, man. And that's, like I say, their lifestyle. That's them. The only thing you do is wish for the best for them, But as long as you be something, y'all, you're never gonna lose, because you already won by simply taking action on your life, man. That's how you won. You won by implanting your name into the soil, My last name will forever be remembered before I leave this bitch, because it doesn't make sense for my ancestors to bring me down here and I'm just somebody who's not gonna grow like a plant, man. I'm gonna grow. It might take time for me to grow, but most definitely and most certainly I will grow, because I never needed nobody, I'm self-intellect, self-entrepreneur. I did this shit out the gutter, man, I'm a legendary artist, man, who's walking the physical right now, and I'm all in this motherfucker, man, because no one taught me how to rap, no one taught me how to make these videos, I did this shit on my own, man. And who taught me how to do it? The energy that I've held on to by the grace of God. Simply just existing. Knowing that I did it because I never gave up on self, man. I never doubted me. Not for a second. People might have doubted me, but that's because they go off of what they was taught. They go off of what they know for them, But that's them. You should thank God that He removed their asses, because they probably would only keep you stagnant. They would keep you trying to be somebody for how they want you to be. And I'm sorry, but I can't be something for somebody else. I gotta shine. I gotta shine this light, man. I gotta shine this light, family. If you don't shine this light, your ass forever gonna be stuck, man, in the gravel, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to warn y'all, man. Your ass better be something, man, or your ass is gonna be forget it, man. Bruce Lee is my inspiration, man. I embody his spirit. I embody Bruce Lee's spirit, man, because I work out every day. I follow what he has led most people to do, which is to work and master themselves, man. Just never give up, man. And if people try you, man, let them. You know, if they ain't touching you or they ain't wishing death on you, man, let them live their life, man, because they don't see it like you. But just know that I'm a warrior. I'm a straight fucking warrior, man. And no one can stop that, man, because I see it in myself. You don't gotta do nothing, family. Just live. Live in the moment. Live in the moment and know that I have everything because I worked on myself, man. And that's how you have it all, family, you know? People wanna, love on these people who are no longer here, but you must follow their teachings and you must master that for them and for yourself, man, because that's what they were leading. That's what they believed in. And that's why they showed y'all, because they want y'all to take it and run with it and become even better with it, family. So just know that, literally, family, if you want this glow, if you want to have everything you ever wanted, family, all you gotta fucking do is live in silence, family. Live and take it day by day. Don't do nothing. You know, you don't gotta say nothing, family. Just act like you already have it all, because that's the goal. If you see it, then you will achieve it, man. The mind is powerful, man. You know? The mind is powerful, y'all. People ask me, how do you have a car like this? Because I never gave up on myself, man. You know, John Cena really did inspire me, you know? While y'all was just letting that shit pass y'all, man, I was doing something with my life. I was literally working the fuck out. I kept going, and I will never stop going. You know why, family? Because I don't care. I just want to win. And to win, y'all, is to literally never give up. Make a video every fucking day. No matter if you rap, no matter if you, whatever it is you are good at, that's what you came down here to do. But, you know, for the people who are wondering, like, damn, Diego, I know you go through a lot of bullshit in your life, you know? And that's true. Like I said, if you are chosen, y'all, a lot of people ain't gonna resonate with you, man, because you're just someone who stands out. You're trying to impact the globe while others are living for the globe. You know, family? And that's why I tell you, family, that's exactly why you don't have it. You know? Because you're worrying about other people, family. It's not a hard thing, but you gotta be happy that those people are not around you, man. Because now you have true freedom. Freedom is something that not everybody has, because there's people out here are stuck paying, like I say, things that could have been avoided, you know? When all you had to do was just love yourself, focus, and who gives a fuck what they are saying, y'all? Because, like I say, this alone right here should inspire you, family. If you have this fucking glow, well, then you ain't gotta say nothing. You don't gotta talk. You literally, you know, show confidence. All you gotta do is go in places and just be like this, you know? Because you are now a walking sun, family. You are a sun. The sun that shines in the fucking sky has reflected its light above you. Because if you are children of the sun, well, you're just here to remind the world what the fuck they are. And you can't tell them, you can't slap them in the face and force their asses. But what you can do is be, and if they question why is that someone that, you know, it's just the way he is, well, watch these videos and you will find out what you are really, man. But it takes time. It's not one day. It takes multiple failed attempts, as long as you don't give up on yourself. But yeah, family, if you're ever down and you're just like, damn, this shit ain't real, or for the people who say this is placebo, it's because you haven't went on high streaks, man. You must go on these high ass streaks. Never give up on yourself, family. Never give up on yourself. You know, I was taught that shit. And You know, you will have this glow, man. You will have this glow because you're a chosen one, family. And to be someone that is chosen, y'all, it's not say nothing, but just let your presence speak for itself, man. Like I say, I embody Eisen. I embody, you know, well, people may see me as someone that is not, but someone who is just truly powerful being, man. Because I never stopped. I never doubted myself one bit. But God was always there to remind me, like, yeah, son, I told you you could be this. Never gave up on myself, family. Never gave up. I stayed right here. And I never fucking gave up, man. So if you're someone who's feeling down, never give up on yourself, family. That's why I make these videos, because I'm just trying to help the ones that need them. You know, I'm not going to be here forever. But for the people who are still growing up in their growing phases, take this video, man, and run with it, man. The glow, you know, this glow that you have, all this is luminescence, man. You know, it's like self-impregnation, man. You know how you could get a woman pregnant with your energy, with your seed of life? You're impregnating yourself, man, because you're living with a fucking light, man. You're living with just straight energy, man. And that's how you get this glow, family. By being and straight seeing, tunnel vision. But yeah, family, I love y'all, man. And this was why people won't be able to get around you. Not because they don't fuck with you. They secretly admire you. They love you. It's just, we live in a spiritual war. Yes, we live through physical bodies and vessels, but everything is spirituality first. And that's why I tell y'all, family, you gotta keep the spirit of one, because that's what gives you power. That's what gives you everything you want, man. As long as you stay spiritually in tune, you know, family? You must be someone with a spirit, man, that's gonna light the whole fucking world up, man. But yeah, family, just remind yourself that I will become something as long as I stay close to God, man. But yeah, never give up on yourself, family. Rise, family. And if y'all not rising, well, I'm gonna rise for y'all, family. But it's 100.